Girl, come feed me, don't be stingy. Why you gon' do like that? No, baby, don't do like that. Oh, I want you to know. See, I like the way you jump. And you sabi do the dance. You speak like as you go. Baby, you know. Say you carry no be small.
What is up, my lacy lovers? It's your girl Miki, and I am back with another video, you guys. And today it's just me, it's just your girl. As you can tell by the title, I am finally about to try for baby number 3. It just sounds crazy coming out of my mouth because for so long I've been wanting another baby. For years I've been wanting another baby, and it just never happened for me. It never worked out for me in the sense of, you know, traditional, you find a man and you date and you get engaged and you get married and you have a baby, you know, right? That's really not how life worked out for me, and I feel like everybody has their own path in life, and I just feel like I have my own path. For me, the route that I am on now, which is different, but that I am still in love with, I found my person, my partner, however you want to say it, my fiance, because we just got engaged on November 6th. It is currently December 7th. Fast forward, here I am now. Me and my fiance are engaged, and we've been wanting a baby for a pretty long time now, like a pretty long while. Like ever since last year, the end of the year, I was saying, I'm about to be 30. I know exactly what it is I want. I know what it is I want in a person. I know what it is that I want in a partner. I know what it is that I want out of life. So going into the relationship, I had always said that you want kids, correct? And you know, her answer was, of course, you know, she would have kids. She just didn't really know if she wanted to carry them or not. I've always known that I wanted to carry at least 2 or 3 more kids, because I've always said that I wanted 5 kids. I currently have 2. If this is your first time seeing me ever, I have 2 kids, Kyle and Kason, and a lot of you already know them. They are my world. Do you understand me? My world. They make me so happy, and they are the reason that I've always wanted more. The love they give is unmatched. You know, even when they get on my nerves. They get on my nerves in that instant, and then I'm back loving them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unmatched. And I just want that over and over and over again, because I love my kids. The love that they give me is out of this world. Okay, so that brings me to now. I have 2 kids, I'm engaged, and I want another baby. I want to start TTC. If you do not know what that means, I want to start trying to conceive baby number 3. And this is beyond trying, okay? I've already had that video out. This is me telling you that I have begun the process for baby number 3. So like I said, it is December 7th. I have been tracking my cycle for 3 months now. I've always had like a 28-day cycle, 29, but then I started going to like 30 and 31, and I was just like, oh man, now my stuff is kind of getting out of whack. And when it started getting out of whack, I was like, I don't want to miss my beat. I already told you guys that I'm 29 years old, and I don't want to miss my window of having kids. Yes, I know people have kids at, you know, 40 and 50, and that's fine, but I don't want to miss my window. Everybody's different. A lot of times those people luck up. A lot of times it's just like, oopsie, you know. But when you're trying, it is people out there that try 1 month and get pregnant. There's people that try 3 months and get pregnant, 6, 12 years. I do not know any results as of this point. As of December 7th, I don't know anything, okay? I don't know if I'm pregnant. I don't know anything. I haven't taken a test. I don't know anything. In fact, I am currently not 8 when you're seeing this video. 8 DPO. Don't know what that is. I am 8 days past ovulation. I ovulated 9 days ago, and now it is 8 days past that. Okay, so for me, I have have always known when I ovulated. Not until maybe a year or two. I'll tell you the reason why I know, okay? So growing up, I've always had these pains on my side and in my uterus and by my ovaries, and I would have them every month. And my mom used to be like, you need to stop drinking so much soda. You need to stop drinking so much soda. That's I want to say your kidneys, and you drink too much pop, Miki. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, maybe I do drink too much pop. I need to stop. So I'll slow down on the pop, but I would still feel these pains every month. And so then it started happening, and I was just like, but I haven't had any pop in a month. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had any soda in a month. And that's when I was like, all right, this is something other than my kidneys. All right, so that's when I decided to schedule me a doctor's appointment, and I had the doctors do labs on me. I had them do a lot of blood work and stuff like that, so they could tell me like if everything in my, you know, my body is functioning right. So then they called me with my blood work. They said your kidney is functioning perfectly, your liver is functioning perfectly, you know, all of your levels, your magnesium, your iron, your potassium, your vitamin D, things like that look good. There's certain ones that you're a little bit deficient in, so I'm gonna prescribe you some vitamins, and you just double up on those, and then you should be fine. Okay, did that, taking my vitamins, and I'm still getting these cramps in my side. So I started Googling it. Cramps on right side, cramps in back on right side, cramps in the front, bottom of your stomach. I'm not really sure what these things are called because I don't know. Okay, so I started Googling, and then all that kept coming up was ovulation, ovulation, ovulation. So I was like, all right, cool. So what I did was I went on Amazon and I got a big box of ovulation tests. So whenever I would feel that, I would take an ovulation test, and it only happened once a month. So I take an ovulation test. When I took it, I finally started feeling it, like, oh, it's coming, I feel it. It starts like down here, then it starts to move up in my side, and I just be like, oh, can't drive, can't move, right? I take an ovulation test, and at first I didn't know what the difference was between a negative ovulation test and a positive ovulation test, because if you know, ovulation tests have 2 lines on them, just like pregnancy tests. If you see 2 lines, you're pregnant, right? Well, in my case, an ovulation test, I thought that they all were positive, right? Until I started doing more research, and I found out that all ovulation tests are gonna have 2 lines, all of them. They're gonna have 2 lines. If they don't have 2 lines, they're defective. They all have 2 lines. The only time you know you have a positive ovulation test is if the control line is as dark as the test line, or the control line is darker than the test line. That is how you know you have a positive ovulation test. So all month you're gonna have 2 lines, but one line is always gonna be lighter. And then as you start getting closer to ovulation, that line is going to start getting darker, and it's testing for LH surge. That's why you always have a LH surge in your body. It's just when you get to that point in the month, it spikes, it peaks. That's how you know that your ovaries is about to release an egg. That's ovulation. When I see a positive ovulation test, I know that, Miki, here comes the pain. Okay, so we're back at present day. All right, this was 9 days ago, 10 days ago. I took an ovulation test, and the control line was darker than the test line. And I said, here comes the pain. I'm about to ovulate. So then that night around 9-10 p.m., I'm filming a video, and my side starts hurting, and I'm like, oh, you know, and I'm just trying to hurry up and get through the video, because I know that's just the first sign of it. My side starts hurting, and then it starts to like really hurt, and then it starts to go down towards my uterus, and it really, I can't even walk. Like, it cripples me. I have to get in the bed. I have to lay on a heating pad. That's how bad it hurts. Like, I feel ovulation every month. I'm one of those people. I'm that very small percentage that feels it. You ask anybody else about ovulation, they're gonna say I'm crazy, and you don't feel ovulation. Most women don't even know they are ovulating. I feel it every month, religiously, okay? So that night I started feeling cramps on my right side, and not all the time is it on my right side. Sometimes I feel it on my left side, and that just means that either your right ovary is gonna release an egg, or your left ovary is gonna release an egg. And sometimes I feel it on both sides, and that just means that both ovaries are about to release an egg. Some months are more painful than others, but for me, when both of my sides are hurting, that's the worst for me, because now I can't, I can't even maneuver. At least when one side's hurting, I can lay on my heating pad and that side's taken care of. But when both sides are hurting, it's like, oh, the worst. It's like I have 2 periods in 1 month. It's the worst. But anyways, that night I started cramping. Then it was like 12 o'clock. It got worse. 3 o'clock in the morning, even worse. I was up back and forth to the bathroom, because when you're ovulating, I have to pee a lot, because I don't want my uterus filling up with all this liquid, making me more painful. So I have to pee a lot. So I ovulated, and let me just say, it was so spur of the moment, because I feel like at this point, you guys know that both me and my partner were trying to conceive at the same time, right? Which means that we're both using the exact same donor. I actually wasn't gonna go until I found out that she was pregnant. Like, and maybe you didn't know this, but if you're subscribed to our couples channel, the Miki and KT channel, we've pretty much been releasing all of these videos, and we've been saying that we're pregnant, we did this, we've done that, we've done that. We never said who was going to be the one to conceive, because we always knew in our mind that it would just be a surprise, because she was going to be the one conceiving. So this particular weekend, we went to go see our donor, and he gave us his sample. If you guys do not know that, which I'm sure you do not, my partner and I have picked a donor. Initially, that wasn't our choice, like to have a known donor, that is somebody that you know who is going to offer you specimen so that you can get pregnant. He has nothing to do with your relationship at all. He gives you the sample and he goes on about his life. You guys sign a contract and all rights are taken away. So that's what happened with that. Initially, it was going to go through a sperm bank. Well, not initially was going to go through. We did. We went through a sperm bank and we bought specimen from them, and we got inseminated. She went first and got inseminated with the sample that we bought, and it was unsuccessful. That was about 3 months ago. And then after that, we were just like, we don't want to go through a bank anymore, just because this might take some time. You know what I'm saying? This could be months and months and months and months of trying. Who has $1,000 to drop every month on specimen? So it was like, no, we're gonna have to think about something else, okay? So then I started doing my research on the known donors in California that were all around. There's plenty of websites that you can, go to and find donors. Make sure you're being very careful. There are very good donors out there that want to help people. And then on the other hand, there is donors out there who just want to take advantage of people. So just be careful when you do stuff like that, okay? So that's that. And then I did the research. I found the donor. We messaged each other on that website. Then we moved to email. We were emailing each other back and forth. Then we moved to text message. We were texting each other back and forth. We exchanged phone numbers, emails, full names, STI screenings, all that stuff. We exchanged all of that stuff. We did a donor contract. I signed it, Kenny signed it, he signed it. It is sealed and it is legal, okay? We even video chatted with him for a while. We had some laughs. It was just really nice. And then we finally met up with him, and the first time we met up with him, again, my partner went first and she did not get pregnant that time. It was unsuccessful. All right, so now moving on, she has had an IUI, she has had an at-home insemination, and now we are at our 3rd month, which was the week that her and I went to go meet him again. So this was our 2nd time meeting him, and he was giving us his donation. We said our goodbyes, our thank yous. I'm always very grateful because he does not have to do this. Like, it is completely free. He just wants to help out. That's it. So I'm always like, thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you. He's just like, yeah, have a great, see ya. Good luck. He's always like very straightforward to the point. I have nothing to do with it. Y'all have a good life type thing. And from jump, he's always known that I wanted to conceive and she wanted to conceive. So he's very open to giving donations to the both of us for however long to help us conceive and build our family to the length that we want to build it. Like I said, this is our 2nd time meeting him, 3rd insemination. We go get the specimen, we come home. So I don't know if a lot of you know, but specimen can't live outside the body for very long lengths of time, and I mean like 5 minutes max, can't even have no air breathing on it, anything. So our donor packages our specimen really good. Like, he mixes this stuff in it called like TYB, and it's just like an egg yolky stuff that kind of has like protein, and they kind of just support the specimen until you get to your destination. Okay, so it can live for about 24 to 48 hours max. Okay, you're pushing it at 48 hours. We literally only need an hour. We drive to him and we drive back home. That's it, and we do what has to be done. So then we get it from him, we get in the car, we get home, and I inseminate her. Okay, because she was the one who was ovulating at the time. Mind you, I'm still doing what I do every month. I'm testing myself. I'm making sure I know when I ovulate. I'm making sure I'm checking my temperature, my body basal temperature every morning. That's a story for another time, okay? So we inseminate her, and then now the syringe is very small, so we got majority of it inside, okay? But we still had some left over, probably about this much, right? And that much could literally have like 11 million specimens. So then I go take an ovulation test that next morning, and I am blazing positive on the ovulation test. Now a lot of you may not know this, but you can't conceive unless you're ovulating. So I go to take a test, and I have a blazing positive ovulation test. I came out the bathroom and I showed her like I always do, and she's just like, let's put the rest in you. And I was like, what? She like, let's put the rest in you. I'm like, but you were supposed to conceive first. She's like, I know, but we can do it at the same time. Like, let's put the rest in you and let's just see what happens. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, you ready now? And so we go and we get the specimen and we kind of set it up. And I didn't want to do the whole at-home IUI. That's a story for another time. So I just did a basic soft cup, and I poured the rest in there, and we just inserted the cup in me. And that was it. And then the next day we got our second sample, and Kenya was no longer ovulating. She got a negative ovulation test. When we got the second sample from him, you guys, we inserted that whole sample into a soft cup and put it in me. I was still ovulating the next day. Or, you know, when you get your LH surge, you're about to ovulate within the next 24 hours. So now it's like, we just wait. We both been inseminated on the same weekend. We were ovulating at the same time. And now we just wait and see if we both become pregnant, if she becomes pregnant, or if I become pregnant. And it's a scary feeling because, like I said, I am 9 days past ovulation. And baby, when I tell you, let me just show you. This is my notebook. I've been taking all my notes in. This has literally been every day. I am 8 days past ovulation, you guys, and I have had tons of symptoms every day. Now, I don't know if they are just symptoms that I'm having after ovulation, but what I do know is that these symptoms that I'm having aren't my normal after ovulation symptoms, okay? So I don't know, but I'm going to take my first test tomorrow. December 8th, I will be 9 days past ovulation, and I'm going to take my first test. I have no idea what it's going to say. I'm so scared and worried and prayerful because I've been wanting this for so long. But, you know, I want my partner to be pregnant also. So I don't want either one of us to feel discouraged. I want us to keep on trying. Alright guys, so my camera died, but I was saying I don't want either one of us to get discouraged. If she is and I'm not, I want to continue trying and being a good partner to her. And if she's not, I want her to continue trying and be a great partner to me. And then eventually one of us will become, because we believe in God's timing. It might be my time and just not hers at this exact moment. It may be her time and just not my time at this exact moment. But I'll keep trying until God says yes. I'll just keep telling him what I want until, you know, he feels like I'm ready. That's all I can do. You know what I'm saying? We're not your typical couple who can just, you know, do these things all the time and get a oopsie, you know. But we have to actually plan for it. We have to actually meet up with, you know, our donor. We actually have to put a lot of effort into this. Not to say other couples don't put a lot of effort in it. There's a lot of couples that are devastated every month trying and they're not receiving anything. And my prayers go out to you but there's a lot of couples like myself that have to meet up with donors and are still devastated every month, you know. So my prayer just goes out to everybody, baby dust to everybody. I want you guys to keep us in your prayers and just continue, you know, keeping that energy good. And you guys, I know you guys want another baby from me. I want another baby from me. I just don't want to feel so much pressure, but I don't know, this month feels like it could be it. I don't want to put too much emphasis on it just because I don't want to get my hopes up just to be let down. Like, I don't want to be so excited and then get a test and be like, it's negative. I don't know, I don't want to just be that person. I don't want to be peeing on a stick every 5 seconds, stressing myself out with a headache every single day. So that's exactly why I waited until 9 days past ovulation. People start testing at 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, and I just can't because I already know it's gonna be negative, so I just can't. At 9, at least I got a good chance, you know, but anything before then I didn't want to try. So I'm very hopeful though. Fingers crossed, prayers up, and that's how we go rock with it, okay? I love you guys so very much. We are finally in the making of baby Carrie, and you guys will find out sooner than later because I will be testing tomorrow at 9 p.m. And I just want to clarify something that I said earlier in the video. I know you guys are probably confused about when I said I was ovulating. Okay, so it's the weekend, right? Saturday and Sunday. I woke up Saturday morning, tested, and had a blazing positive. That's when I inseminated with the soft cup with the rest of the specimen that we had. That night, I started having all of that pain. So from 10 to 3, 4, or 5 o'clock in the morning, I was experiencing a lot of pain. Around 7:30, I woke up, pain was subsiding, so I took another test, and it was still, the control line wasn't darker than the test line, but they both were the same color. So my LH was still pretty high, I was still surging, even though I had felt like I had ovulated already. But that can be very technical, because sometimes they say you feel pain before ovulation, during ovulation, or after ovulation. So I don't know what that pain comes from. I just know that I'm ovulating. That's all I know. So that next morning, which was Sunday morning, around 7:30, when the pain was subsiding, I took another test. That's when the test lines were both dark. So then we went to meet up with him again on Sunday, and he gave me a full sample, and I put it in soft cup and inseminated. So that was just to clarify. So I got a positive ovulation test, I inseminated. I went through the ovulation pain, I got another positive ovulation test, I inseminated. So all of that happened between Saturday and Sunday, just to kind of clarify that. But if you want a more in-depth video about ovulation, tracking, body basal temperatures, all of that stuff that comes along with trying to conceive and things of that nature, I will make a full video on that. I don't know if I will drop it on the LACYSFILES channel. I don't know if I will drop it on the Lacey's Uncut channel. And I don't know if I will drop it on the Miki and KT channel, but I will give you some type of notification saying that that video has been made and dropped. And I will also include, these are all the ovulation tests that I took, and you can even see where I had my peak at. Okay, if you want that video, you let me know. All right, guys, I love you so very much. This video was very long and winded, but I feel like I had a lot to explain, so it's about a good 20-30 minute video. But I love you guys. That just goes to show that I want you to understand where I'm coming from. So ooh, baby dust, baby dust, baby dust, baby dust, baby dust. Give me all the good luck for tomorrow, you guys. I just pray when I take this test at 9 days past ovulation that I will see something, a hint of the line that just says that I'm pregnant, because I've been wanting this for so long, for years. I've been wanting to give my kids another brother and sister, and it just hasn't worked out like that. Now they are 8 and 10, which means that they will be 9 and 11 years older than their siblings, but it's fine. They're gonna be the best brother and sister ever. Okay, I love you guys, and as always, hugs, kisses, and love. Bye.